Good afternoon and welcome to Adams Park for this Women's Super League game between Reading and Chelsea. Emma Hayes' side fighting on all fronts at home and in Europe. And after another brilliant Champions League night under the lights at Kingsmeadow, it's back to league action. Reading, the latest outfit to attempt to take points off Chelsea and put a dent in their unblemished domestic record. It's a Reading side full of confidence, unbeaten in their last 5 games in all competitions, and their last match, a 2-1 victory against another Super League heavyweight in Arsenal in the Continental Cup. Here are your two teams today for this Women's Super League game here at Adams Park. Then 2 changes for Reading from that Continental Cup side. Mary Earps returns in goal. Rachel Rowe starts at right back. The key player for the Royals, Farrah Williams. She has 5 goals in 6 games already this season, including one from the halfway line. Chelsea have a 100% record in league and domestic cup competitions so far this season. Gemma Davison, Karen Carney and Drew Spence come in this afternoon. Fran Kirby faces her former side from the start for the first time. As the players continue their final preparations ahead of this game, another quick word with our co-commentator this afternoon, Sue Smith. And Sue, Reading now just the latest team to try and stop this Chelsea juggernaut.
Yeah, and it's going to be difficult for them, but I'm really looking forward to this game because I think you mentioned both teams massively in form. The fact that Chelsea have won their last 5, Reading they've won 4, drew 1, so you think they've got that momentum, they've got that confidence, I suppose, going into this game, but it's going to be difficult for Reading. But I think they've made some good additions to their team. I think they're strong physically, but now they've got that added quality when they go forward, and you mentioned the key player to that is Farrah Williams. She's been outstanding this season, and like we mentioned, the goal from the halfway line just shows what type of quality she has in abundance, and she's still doing it even at the age of, is she 32, 33? She'll kill me if I get that wrong.
Well, just before the action gets underway at Adams Park, we will pause for a minute's silence because it is, of course, Remembrance Sunday.
They shall not grow old as we who are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years in death. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
Here we go then, Reading against Chelsea. Reading in the blue and white hoops. Looks like they'll get us underway at Adams Park. Chelsea in their change strip, the dark blue and the lighter blue trim. As you can see, both sides wearing the poppies on the shirts for Remembrance Sunday. It's first against fourth. If they do win this one, Reading, they'll go back up to third. They lost their place in third yesterday after Liverpool produced a narrow 1-0 win against Birmingham last night. Farrell Williams of Reading to get proceedings underway. Immediately, good run towards the Chelsea half. A positive start by Reading, which is what they'll need. Drew Spence offside. An early free kick for Reading.
That's a really bright start for Reading, and I suppose they've showed exactly what they're going to do in this game. They're going to try and press Chelsea high up the field and try and win the ball high up there. I wonder how long they'll do that for, whether that's just the first opening minutes and just to say we're here and we're going to show exactly, we're going to try and exert our game onto you guys.
Reading have never beaten Chelsea in the WSL era. This is their 6th meeting. 5 games without a point taken off Chelsea, but certainly getting stronger and stronger, Reading, as the seasons go on. Since their promotion to the top flight in 2015, they've consistently improved and added to their squad with a lot of quality, as you can see. England internationals willing to make the move to Berkshire.
Definitely, and I think it just shows what they want to achieve as a club. They're not happy to just be in and maybe just finishing above relegation. They want to compete. They want to compete with the best, and they showed that against Arsenal in the Conti Cup. The fact that they can beat big teams.
It's a poor pass though. Drew Spence nearly away. Kirsty Pearce clears up. He's long up towards Bruton. Back to Lindahl by Eriksson. Emma Hayes has had to rotate once again. 3 changes from the side that beat Rosengard in midweek. What a terrific victory that was in Europe. And although perhaps their exertions may lead to a bit of fatigue, their confidence is going to be sky high after that result.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think they're, again, showing that they're now competing, not just at WSL level to win that and win FA Cups and Conti Cups. They want to compete at the Champions League. And the fact that they beat Rosengard, they're obviously ranked 3rd in the competition, massive achievement for them.
There's a foul on Furness, so early opportunity here for Reading from the set piece. It's going to be the left foot of Jo Potter, another England international, who signed for Reading ahead of the spring series. It's not a bad delivery. Away by Spence. Scott with the header. Bright can't keep it in. We've seen Farrell Williams taking up a more attacking position this season for Reading.
She's got a new lease of life. I've watched her a couple of times this season and she just seems to be really enjoying her football. And I think what Reading are doing well is they're monitoring her training, they're making sure that when she plays games, she's as fit as she possibly can be. And she looks so lively when she gets on the ball. You think that something's going to happen, I suppose, because she's further up the field. That's why she's scoring all those goals.
Chapman had some space there to pick out Carney, a little bit too much on that. Chelsea pressing high, the elder closing down Rowe. Here's Maria Torres-Dottir, Norwegian international. To deep cross. Yes, clears up. Reading in previous seasons, it's not really been the defence that's been the issue, it's been putting the ball in the back of the net, and that's something that they've managed to do with greater frequency this season. Struggling to get this one away though. Spence tried to find Kirby, she'll get a second bite of the cherry. Spence, good save by Earps. It's kept alive by Davison. Trying to find some room for the cross. Here it comes. Spence unmarked. In the end, gathered by Earps. Wasn't too convincing defensively by Reading.
wasn't real tenacious play from Drew Spence. She kept going. She's got that physical presence, and if she gets a yard, she'll shoot.
Decent save by Earps in the end. One England cap to her name so far. I'm sure it'll be first of quite a few if she continues her development. Here is Harriet Scott. Allowed to come forward. Good work by Karen Carney. Chelsea persevering with the formation, the system. No matter what the competition or team that they're facing, seems to have stand them in good stead so far.
I think it really works for them, and the players seem to understand their roles and responsibilities, and even though they rotate the players quite regularly, they all understand what they have to do.
Furness with a neat ball to Rowe. Good challenge by Mjelde. Here's Eriksson. Dink ball towards Spence. First touch led her down a bit. That was a very good ball by Eriksson. She picked out Spence brilliantly. Couldn't take it under her spell. It's a loose touch by Torres here, but Bruton can't quite keep that one in. Frank Kirby is in behind the defence here. Good movement by Kirby. Looking for options. Spence leaves it. A bit too clever there by Chelsea. It's good anticipation though by Bright. Ball doesn't match that.
You could see what Drew Spence was trying to do there. I think Karen Carney was just coming behind, but I don't think they were on the same wavelength at that point.
It's the first of 3 WSL fixtures today. 2 o'clock, we've got Arsenal against Sunderland. That's a poor pass. Kirby could be in here. Excellent save by Earps. And that's a poor pass. Mary Earps makes the save.
Mary Earps has just kept her team in the game there. She came off a line so quickly and just made herself as big as she possibly could and narrowed down the angle for Frank Kirby. I wondered if Frank Kirby could have maybe took her on, but she went for that first time shot and Earps did really well.
Be interesting to see if Frank Kirby does score, what the sort of reaction will be. Of course, the club where she spent all of her career until she moved to Chelsea in the summer of 2015. Kirby lays it off to Davison, cuts inside, still going Davison! Not far away at all. That was a decent effort. Quick feet, managed to find space on the edge of the penalty area. Just couldn't quite keep it down.
No, you cannot give Gemma Davison that amount of time because she has got such quick feet. She just manages to get herself a little bit of space. But that's where she's dangerous. She'll cut in from that wide position. Even though she's playing wing back, she'll be predominantly forward and play more as a wide player. There's just threats all over the park for Chelsea, and that's the difficulty when Reading are trying to highlight key players. They've got so many.
Lost once this season. That was the opening day of the campaign against Sunderland, a 1-0 loss. Since then, it's been pretty good. 1 draw here at home, which was disappointing. Remy Allen goes down. The afters with her and Torres Dossier, Mjelde playing mediator.
Remy Allen does really well here, uses her body. I think the foul was already given. I think we know where she's been kicked.
Just letting her know she's there. She's been another really good addition to the Chelsea side. Potter with the delivery. Farrell Williams. Well, we know she can hit them. She's got a brilliant technique. Just lurking on the edge of the box.
She really is. She's so high in confidence at the moment. To even take that strike on the volley wasn't that far away.
See Reading there just not allowing Chelsea to play out from the back. Forcing the error, that's good play.
Yeah, because Reading will know that Chelsea like to play the ball around the back and get Millie Bright on the ball who can do those long diagonals. Reading aren't allowing that and they're saying, you play it long and we'll win it in the air. Just forced an error, good play.
Scott's given it away. Spence is caught late. We suffered quite a big loss, Reading, with the news that Jade Moore is out for the foreseeable. Club was saying about 4 months after her ankle injury. Here's Torres Dottier. Drew Spence. Chapman. Away by Remy Allen. Farrell Williams miscontrols. Now here's Davison. Carney. It's towards Mjelde, but cut out by Allen. Now here's Furness. Williams goes long. And the flag is up. Bruton, or Chaplin, I should say, just straight offside.
Good ball from Farrell Williams, though. That's what she'll do. Even though she's just playing behind the front two, she'll drop deep and she'll want to get on the ball and make things happen. That's where the space is. Chelsea playing 3 at the back, so if you can get the ball out wide and if Brooke Chaplin times her run, got the pace to get in behind.
Eriksson takes the free kick. Davison wins the foul.
Yeah, you can see they're trying to double up on Gemma Davidson. They realise she's such a threat out there. Don't let her cut in. But once she gets in her stride, she's difficult to stop.
Set piece then for Chelsea. Carney with the delivery. Oh, it's nearly all the way through. Millie Bright was at the back post. Mjelde just got a slight touch on it.
Yeah, I think she did. I think Millie Bright was just out of her reach. Yeah, it was Mjelde who just manages to flick the ball on. I think Mary Earps had that covered. But I think both teams are dangerous at set pieces. You've got 2 players that can deliver a ball, whip a ball in with so much pace. Karen Carney for Chelsea and Jo Potter for Reading.
It's flicked on for Kirby. Good defending by Potter. She's closed down. Kirby must be offside yet. See Mary Earps always plays with a smile on her face. She just loves her football. So Arsenal against Sunderland at 2, and then Manchester City against Bristol City also at 2 o'clock this afternoon. I'm sure they'll be watching this one with interest. Nick Cushing and his team. Here's Remy Allen, and that was a very good idea. The ball towards Chaplin, not executed though. Here's Potter. Allen closed down.
I'm still here, opposite side. Take it.
Neat play by Reading. And Rowe gets there ahead of Davison. Oh, and that's a good ball. So Farrell Williams.
Tell you what, that would have been a great goal if that had come off, the amount of passes that Reading had put in. And that's something I think they've improved on this season, that all of the players seem comfortable on the ball. They're happy to move the ball 1 and 2 touches. Their movement's much better. Certainly a much improved team who can compete against the top teams now.
It's a nice mix they've got. They've obviously added a lot more experience in the likes of Farrell Williams and Joe Potter, but they've also got a good few players who came up with them from WSL 2, which suggests that they've just been coached extremely well. Here's Bruton. Now Rowe, looking for options. Furness. We'll do a mix-up between Lindahl and Millie Bright. Bright takes control. Distinct lack of communication between the two there.
Yeah, it really was. You think, was there a shout? I don't think there was, because Millie Bright then had to deal with it, and you could see she turned around to say, you need a shout off your keeper. You need your keeper to come out, be commanding, claim that ball.
Emma Hayes recently signed a new 3.5-year deal to stay at the club, which perhaps suggests that that will be that in terms of rumours of her taking over as the New England manager. You do think, why would she leave when her Chelsea side are just getting started? Foul here on Torres Dottir.
I think Remy Allen actually won the ball there. Seemed to come from the side, and that was a good, strong challenge. Going back to Emma Hayes, though, she's clearly building something with Chelsea, isn't she? I think she wants to see that through, even though it would be a fantastic opportunity to take that job.
Reclaim handball, but they play on. Here's Bruton. Spence gets things going. Excellent ball from Lindahl. Pushing down for Chapman. Bartrip finds the referee and then gets it back.
1-2 off the ref there.
Nice little 1-2 there. Reading doing very well to stop Chelsea getting up ahead of steam with their passing game. Here's Scott taking a tumble.
Oh, she did roll her ankle there. Scott.
Ever present at left back, the Republic of Ireland international for Reading. Oh, Remy Allen, brilliant ball to Farrell Williams. She might get a second bite of the cherry here, twisting and turning. They're just trying to tee up each other. No one wants to take a shot. That was Rachel Rowe. And now Chelsea can break. Here's Carney. Good defending by Bartrip. Davison. Kirby dispossessed. Chaplin. That's a little bit too much of Bruton. But some of Reading's build-up play has been exceptional.
Oh, it's been excellent. I think their work off the ball as well, I've been really impressed with. The way that they're pressurising, but not just in ones, it's twos and threes, and they're winning the ball back together. And then when they win it, they keep it. But they look like a very well-organised, well-drilled side. I just think, can they keep this up for the entire 90 minutes? Because it's hard work.
It's Torres Dottir. Williams. She knew what she was doing. It's brought back because the referee wants to have a little word with her.
Yeah, I think the ref knew what she was doing as well. She thought, I'm not catching her. She did stop, though, just before she was about to kick her, I think. That's the thing, they're trying to not let Chelsea out, because they know that when Chelsea break, they break with so much pace and so much quality. So they're trying to stop that.
It's a bit of a mistake by Reading. Getting in each other's way. Potter closed down by Kirby. Mielder. "29 goals in 9 games in all competitions for Chelsea so far. And just the one conceded in domestic competition. That was in their last Continental Cup game against Bristol City. They were given a bit of a scare. In the end, winning 2-1 with a late Karen Carney penalty. Chaplin needs to find Farrah Williams. That's a nice play. Here's Bruton. Excellent challenge by Furness, crunching. Reading, midway through this first half, have more than held their own.
Oh, that's a brilliant challenge. And that's exactly what she does. Physically so strong, so brave. And that often gets your team going. It's either that little moment of brilliance, that little bit of skill, or a big crunching tackle like that. I never did those.
You were the former,
yeah, well.
the brilliant skill. Chelsea's captain, Katie Chapman, only missed 1 game in all competitions this season. Still going strong. Rowe with the clearance. Now play by Eriksson. Here's Drew Spence for Chelsea. Davison. Now Chapman. Carney dispossessed. That's nice work by Chelsea. Carney. Return ball. Ball straight to Remy Allen. Now Farrah Williams has a bit of space here to run into. Can't quite execute the pass towards Chaplin. I see Joe Potter I think I've seen her play in pretty much every single position, but playing at centre-half for Reading, she's just got that calm head, hasn't she, at the back?
Yeah, she's got the experience, she's got the quality on the ball, and you just think when she has the ball, she's one of those players that creates time and space for herself, and that's just because she knows how to play football. She's very intelligent and got great left foot. But yeah, she's played left midfield, left wing, centre mid, centre half. I think that's a sign of a good player when you're versatile and you can adapt to whatever position you're put into.
Allen wins the free kick. It's going to be the left foot of Jo Potter. Deliver this ball. Williams tries to recycle the ball. Here's Bruton. We'll get past Chapman. Showing all her experience to win the free kick.
Good strong defending. She knew exactly what Bruton was trying to do and just got a body in between. You see there, you get your body in there, you know you're going to get a foul. Good strong defending.
Chambers saying that her side can now also do a bit of the nasty stuff as well as the pretty stuff. That's what she said after that win against Arsenal in the Continental Cup, 2-1 winners. And as we mentioned in the build-up, if you haven't seen the Farrah Williams goal from kick-off on the halfway line, you must be living under a rock, but do seek it out. It's absolutely spectacular. Here is Torres Dottir with the deep cross. Rowe nods it away. Picked up by Davison. Now Carney. Whipped cross in. Potter was there. Spence gets it back.
That's good defending from Jo Potter. I don't know what part of the body, I think it was it a shin or a leg? I'm not too sure what she got on it, but she managed to just get something on it. But that's that intelligence, that reading of the situation, right place, right time.
Here's Mielda. Again, Potter having an absolute storm at the back. Once again. Make sure you tune into the Women's Football Show tonight, BBC One, 11:30, for a roundup of all the WSL 1 action. We've got Alex Scott and Rachel Brown-Finnis. 9 o'clock on the red button.
So I've been really impressed with Mary Earp's communication. I don't know if she stood near the microphone, but all you can hear is her constantly talking to her backline, to her midfield, and that's so important as a goalkeeper, especially when you're a defender and you're constantly getting information. I think that's, again, something I'm sure she's developed in her game, and yeah, I'm really impressed by that.
Something that a lot of people take for granted, actually, isn't it? Because it's such an important aspect of goalkeeping.
Yeah.
Flatty scored the third goal against Rosengard on Wednesday night at Kings Meadow. Karen Carney gets past Allen. Kirby. Chapman. Reading restricting Chelsea to those sort of shots. From that sort of distance, they're going to be happy with that.
They really are, and that's what you've got to give credit to Reading, the fact that even there, you can see Katie Chapman couldn't get a free shot. She was getting closed down. It was Finesse was closing her down.
Good play by Bruton. Wins the free kick. Runs in front of the Chelsea dugout. Frustrating half so far for Chelsea.
And they will feel that they can't get into their passing stride.
You do wonder how much that took out of them on Wednesday night. Here's Potter with the free kick. Trying to find Bruton. It's a good idea, but not executed. And with no disrespect to Reading, they kind of have to get themselves back up for this game. I know the league's important to them, but were they facing an Arsenal or perhaps a Manchester City? I don't know. I might be wrong, but perhaps it might have been easier to refocus the mind.
Yeah, maybe. And I think the fact that it was doesn't sound like a difficult game that they won 3-0, but Rosengard are a very good team, and the fact that Chelsea actually at times made them look ordinary and could have scored a lot more goals, and you think that's a massive confidence boost, but then you've got to then refocus, and it's another focus.
Smashed the ball against her teammate Maren Rielder. Would not want to be in the way of one of Bright's clearances. A smile on her face, thankfully. Ooh, on a cold, windy day.
Oh,
that's
right in your ear.
It's not very pleasant.
Anybody but Millie Bright as well. Such a powerful strike.
Here forced into the error. And the referee tried to play advantage. It's going to be a free kick to Reading. Good pressing again by Reading.
You can see 2s and 3s. And it's Scott initially with the pressure, but it's Remy Allen that wins the ball. They're working so well together as a team.
Torres Dottir in the referee's notebook. Perhaps that's under the totting up procedure.
Yeah, because I don't think for that challenge is necessarily a yellow card, but maybe, as you mentioned, there's been a few fouls.
There's a chance here, but this time Millie Bright and Hedvig Lindahl get their communication right. They've got a couple of opportunities from those set pieces, yet to really take advantage. Straight off Spence, Furness closed down. And that's a loose pass by Rowe. Here's Kirby. It's not a great pass either. Rowe gets it away to Furness. Williams. Furness spreads the play. Scott's got some time to pick out the cross. Oh, and Lindahl just about gets that away under pressure. Furness with the shot. Farrah Williams, Allen! Reading lead! That was some sloppy defensive work by Chelsea, and Reading capitalised.
Really sloppy from Reading. I've got from Chelsea, sorry, defensively, but you can't take anything away from Reading here. What a fantastic ball from Farrah Williams, to have the awareness that she knew that Remy Allen was coming in. It's a decent ball in. Lindahl can't clear it, but as the ball falls to Farrah Williams, Lovely little back heel to Remy Allen. I've got to say, Remy Allen deserves that because I think she's had a fantastic first half. She makes those late runs into the box and then she's cool and calm when she gets the opportunity.
The first goal Chelsea have conceded in WSL 1 this season. 4 and nearly a half games, and it's Reading. And really, that was their first proper opportunity, if you think about it, if you think about what Hedvig Lindahl has had to do so far, and, well, they've taken it.
Yeah, Lindahl just couldn't get any power on the punch initially. Nobody seemed to take control of the situation. They were all waiting for each other. And then just that little moment of magic from Farrah Williams to spot Remy Allen's late run. Great goal, really well worked.
Can Chelsea respond? Here's Chapman, who is offside. Well, if they needed a wake-up call, Chelsea, they've got it. Just looks like Reading have come out here with a game plan and they've executed it to the letter.
Definitely. And I think as a manager or a coach, you must sit back and think, I've got this absolutely spot on and my players are doing it. Yeah, that, you know, that takes hours and hours on the training ground. That just doesn't happen by magic, and these players have really took on board exactly what Kelly Chambers has told them to do.
Some questionable defensive play. Julie Flaherty firing it against her own player. Time for a Reading throw. Clearance straight to Scott. Williams, again, lovely incisive ball, just cut out by Flaherty. It was well read. Davison. Goes down by Furness. I think you made a good point, Sue. Can they sustain this for another 45 minutes if they can manage to see this out?
You know, the intensity is so high. The work rate that Reading have put in this first half, it's bound to take it out of you. But I know that is something that Kelly Chambers does work on their fitness, so if they can maintain it, then brilliant.
To Furness. Bit of a lucky ricochet, it was towards Bruton. Bright. Caught late. I think she meant that, Bruton. Just the force.
Oof.
Goodness me. Wrestling move.
Yeah, no. Just thankful that both have come away unscathed from that. Neither of those two players would pull out. And I like the fact that they both just got up and got on with it. I think Millie quite likes that physical challenge.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah.
she relishes that.
She does.
Lindahl goes long. Chapman claims the corner and gets it. Carney with the delivery. It's another good one. Eriksson throwing herself at that.
Karen Carney's delivery, excellent. Just whipped in with so much pace that all you need as an attacking player is just get something on it, get some sort of contact.
Scott clears. Here's Davison. There must be sick of the sight of Rachel Furness.
Yeah. She's again worked so hard. The midfield have been fantastic for Reading. It's the way they work together.
Obviously got a long way to go, but with Manchester City playing a bit later, they kick off at 2. They've also got a 100% record, only second because they've conceded a few goals and not scored quite as many. But their eyes will be lit up seeing this scoreline.
I think the positive for Chelsea is the fact that you look at the bench, and if you need to change anything, they've got so much strength in depth now.
Yep, Enya Luko, Crystal Dunn, who had an absolute stormer against Rosengard, Ramona Bachmann, Erin Cuthbert, G. I mean, the list is endless. They may not need them though. Here's Spence. Kirby goes down by Rowe. Safety first. Not been a happy return so far for Fran Kirby. Potter clears her lines. Here's Bartley. Williams. Little look over the shoulder and released it quickly. Allen. Kirby will close down Mary Earps. Spence into Mielda. Brilliant defending by Reading. First of all by Allen to stop Mielda getting that pass or shot away, forcing her back. And then cutting out the subsequent pass. And Allen now finds Bruton. Furness, she pointed to where she wanted it. That's a crunching challenge and a chance here for Reading for 2. Chaplin is offside.
Yeah, she doesn't believe that she is. Oh, that's... I'm not sure how that wasn't, whether it was just advantage played. So that was a definite foul there.
Chapman almost found her own player.
Yeah.
That was bizarre. You can see the frustration coming out. Chaplin booked.
That was was it for kicking the ball away? Again, that was just frustrating because I think she believed that she wasn't offside in that move, but probably took a bit of a big touch. I don't think she would have got on the end of it anyway.
It's a silly booking though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tries to get onto this. Here's Carney. Chapman. Asking a little bit too much of Davison. She's quick, but quite that quick.
But even the 2 forward players of Reading, your Brooke Chaplin and Lauren Bruton, they're even working from the front, trying to defend. There's no way out for Chelsea.
Chance for Reading to break here. Chapman dispossessed. Here's Furness. Brooke Chaplin fought a little bit wide. And the deflection takes it into the arms of Lindahl. Bit of route 1 here from Chelsea. Here's Kirby. Shepherded well by Potter. cool pass that was to Scott. She's closed down though. Here's Mjelde. Just a minute added on. Kirby. Eriksson. Now Davison. Or slip from Rowe. Davison still going. Good feet by Potter.
Just need to release that a little bit quicker. Gemma Davidson there. There's two players outside. Right, I think Frank Kirby was one of them. She just couldn't get her head up. Ended up running into trouble.
Is the end of the first half at Adams Park. Remy Allen, her goal has given Reading the lead at half-time. What a first half from Kelly Chambers' side.
Absolutely fantastic from Reading. I think they've got their game plan absolutely spot on. They look so organised and disciplined defensively. I think when they win the ball, they've got a real quality going forward. And they fully deserve their 1-0 lead at half-time. The only question in my mind is, can they maintain this for the full 90 minutes?
Well, as it stands, we're heading for our first shock of the WSL 1 season at half-time. It's Reading 1, the leaders Chelsea 0.
So plenty of competitions here this afternoon. Well, first and foremost, our 50-50 draw. Thank you to all of those who participated this afternoon. And for today, we have a sizable pot of £70 waiting for one lucky winner. And the winning ticket number is 1228. If you can head up to the press box and claim your prize. Ticket number 1228 for the 50-50 draw. On to our second competition of the afternoon. Anyone who has bought a match day programme, please look at your unique number on the back disc to win a signed football by all of the first team. Today's lucky number is 109. To take a look inside your programme, and we've got that lucky number, it is 109 this afternoon. to the Daysky Stadium. Tickets are available at £5 for adults and £2 for children. Free parking then of course we return to Abbas Park in the new year as we take on Manchester City in the WSL on January the 7th. Tickets on sale, just £3 via our website. Massive shout out to Chelmsford St. Peter's Academy who have brought a large number of their pupils in today, and a special mention to Ella Records who turns 11 next week. Happy birthday, Ella, from everyone here at Reading Women. Louis, who won our football card. Great to have you here this afternoon at Abbas Park, Louis. Make sure you spend your money wisely on that. Don't forget we've got our 50-50 draw winner as well. Ticket number 1228. Please head up to the press box. You have won today's pot. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Reading FC Women on Twitter, on Instagram, Reading Women FC. Make sure you head over to our website, check out all the reaction from today's fixture. It's reading.fawsl.com. You'll find all the reaction from our players and manager Kelly Chambers from tomorrow morning.
Welcome back to Adams Park, where Reading are leading the WSL 1 leaders Chelsea by 1-0. Remy Allen's goal after 35 minutes has given the Royals the lead at half-time. Chelsea, with their 100% record, under threat here. And it looks like they are taking action ahead of this second half. Crystal Dunn stripped and ready to come on. And it is Maria Torres-Dottir, the Norwegian international, has made way in what will most likely be a straight swap. Sue Smith is your co-commentator this afternoon, and Sue, it was a terrific first half by Reading. First of all, what do they have to do in order to try and see this out? And secondly, what do you make of that Chelsea substitution?
I think from a Reading perspective, I think they have to continue with what they did in the first half, because I thought they were fantastic defensively. They were solid. They didn't allow Chelsea time and space on the ball, which is what you can't afford to do. And then when they went forward with a real quality. So I think it's pretty much stick to what you're doing, because it's working. And I think we actually spoke about it at half-time. We said that Torres-Dottir looked tired, and it's such a difficult position, so it doesn't surprise me at all that Crystal Dunn's come on. Give them a little bit more energy on that side.
So Chelsea get us underway. Chelsea coming from right to left, and Crystal Dunn with an early touch, the United States international, into the feet of Kirby, dispossessed. And that's pretty much what Reading were doing in the entire first half. If you just joined us, brilliant in the challenge, high pressing, a rugby challenge on Spence, but Chelsea played the advantage well. Here is Dunn, that's a good cross. Kirby just beaten to it by Mary Earps, but this is more of what Emma Hayes, I'm sure the Chelsea boss, would have wanted to have seen early in this second half.
Yeah, I think she'll have said to them, you need to match them physically. You know, in the middle of the park, Reading are winning the battle, and Chelsea, you need to step up and continue with what you've done for the start of the season, you know, because physically Chelsea have improved so much and they can compete with any team like that now, but Reading have probably won that battle.
Furness with the flick on. Chaplin tried to find Rowe, he's making the underlapping run. On ball for Kirby to chase. Pearce puts it out of play. It's been a hectic few weeks though for Chelsea. They played midweek against Rosengard in the Champions League. They've had a couple of Continental Cup games as well, as have Reading. Both sides have won both of their opening FA WSL Cup fixtures. Here's the captain. Very good header. Spence couldn't flick it on to Kirby. Picked up again by Mjelde. Now Davison. Challenged by Williams. Play by Carney. Good defensive header again by Pearce. Here's Williams. Remy Allen, the goal scorer. Checked by Mjelde.
Remy Allen's done so well in this game, breaking play up. When she gets on the ball, she does have that quality to keep it, see a pass, got very good vision. You can see Mjelde's getting a little bit frustrated. She likes to dominate that midfield, her and Chapman. Not been allowed to do it.
Kelly Chambers. She's pretty good friends with Emma Hayes. They have a mutual respect for each other. Williams helps it on to Chaplin, who perhaps thought or knew she was offside. Emma Hayes had to rotate her squad, but Hedvig Lindahl is very much her number one. Becky Spencer and also Carly Telford as the goalkeepers in the Chelsea squad.
It's unbelievable when you think about that. Those three goalkeepers could probably go in any other WSL club and probably get a starting position. I think what Emma Hayes has done quite well is she's managed to keep the players happy despite rotating.
Reading can break here. They claim offside, it doesn't come. Here's Chaplin. Rowe joins in. Now Furness. Goes down by Dunn. Great clearance by Earps. Topped by Chapman. Allen wins the header. Lovely ball by Williams. Here is Remy Allen. Rose made the run. It looks like that just took a slight nick off Magdalena Eriksson. Corner kick to Reading. Chelsea, the Spring Series champions, of course. We want to get the title proper back, though, after coming second to Manchester City in 2016. Being made to work hard, though, by Reading here. Joe Potter will take the corner kick. It's floated upwards. Oh, that was a chance from Furness. Lindahl to have quick reactions to keep that one out.
Yeah, it was a great ball just to the far post, and Rachel Furness, she's quality at attacking set pieces like that.
Our trip this time, way at the near post. Now Carney will try and get something going here. Bruton tries to take her down, she doesn't quite. Here's Drew Spence. Touch takes it away from her. It's picked up by Rowe. She's got it. She's dispossessed, though. Here's Spence and now Kirby. Being well marshalled by Harriet Scott. That was a good chance for Chelsea, that counter-attack.
Yeah, good play from Karen Carney initially. Just a big touch from Drew Spence.
Kirby with the cross in. It was teasing. Just a little bit too much on that for Karen Carney coming round the back.
It is better from Chelsea in the second half. It's just that final ball seems to be lacking, and very rarely say that about a Chelsea team. And I suppose is that down to how much pressure Reading are putting on them and stopping them from playing that final pass.
Chapman wins the header, away by Rowe. Eriksson caught late. Eriksson is the only Chelsea player to have featured in every single game in every competition so far, all 10. Reading played 6 games, this is their 7th. That is a wasted opportunity by Chelsea, really poor. No wonder what's going through her mind. I wonder if the hairdryer was plugged in at half-time. She might have to use it again at full-time at this rate.
Yeah, I'm sure she's told her players exactly what she thinks. She's an excellent coach, Emma Hayes, and she'll certainly have something up her sleeve, whether it's to change something tactically. or if it's personnel, usually makes the right decisions.
Kirby over the top for Spence, who's crowded out. Davison, Carney. That's a good late run by Mielder. Cross though, charged down by Potter. And the pressure alleviated by Bruton, wins the free kick. A little bit too enthusiastic by Millie Bright. I think what's also in Reading's favour, it's a very settled side now. They seem to have settled on a system and with personnel as well. Obviously, they've had to cope without Jade Moore, but very consistent team now. But here's Frank Kirby. Carney. Kirby wanted it back. She might do now. Here's Davison. Drew Spence was coming in at the back. Brilliant defensive header. Dunn leaves it for Karen Carney, who slips and wins the free kick. And this is a very good position from a Chelsea point of view.
Tell you what a header that was. Because that was going in, and Karen Carney, just quick feet. Vanessa just puts a leg there, which is always going to give the referee a reason to give a free kick. I know she's complaining about it, but if you stretch out like that.
Carney almost set a trap, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. She's clever.
This is a really good chance for the equaliser for Chelsea. Quite a few candidates. Eriksson's got a terrific left foot. Carney will take it with the right, and it's brilliant. Pinpoint from Karen Carney. Mary Earps grasping at thin air, and Karen Carney gets Chelsea the equaliser.
Absolutely brilliant from Karen Carney, and you often look to players to try and take the game by the scruff of the neck. That's exactly what she's done in this second half. You could see straight away, as soon as the game kicked off, she's looking to get on the ball and drive at players, make something happen. She gets an opportunity there. It was a silly, needless free kick. But Karen Carney, seen where there was a space, managed to get the ball over the wall. And just out of reach of Mary Earps.
The goalkeeper did everything she could there. She set the wall up. That was just absolutely pinpoint accuracy from Karen Carney. So Reading pegged back. And this is where their mettle will be tested. Bruton goes down, free kick to Reading. Again, in a pretty good position.
And I think this was a free kick as well.
Dragged over by Millie Bright. Got two very good candidates to take this one, either Farrah Williams with the right foot or Jo Potter with the left. It looks like Potter is in pole position. Can Reading capitalise from a very similar position? Williams! Off the post! So close! That was a thunderous effort from Farrah Williams.
What a strike that was, I have to say.
Chelsea break here. Kirby waiting for Drew Spence to offer another option. Here she is, Spence. Spence with the effort. Straight at Earps. Oh, Farrah Williams. She couldn't have been any closer.
Oh, I thought 100% this was Jo Potter's free kick. It looked like it was just perfect for a left footer. Farrah Williams didn't look interested. It was obviously the ploy.
Here comes Davison. Trademark mazy run. Chapman to Crystal Dunn. It's a good ball. Spence didn't see it coming. She's offside anyway.
Did that take a little deflection, or was that just a clean strike from Farrah Williams? But again, it was just so well worked. The fact that everybody, including the Chelsea defenders, thought it was going to be Jo Potter. Farrah Williams just went for that other corner to try and catch out Lindahl, and I think she would have caught her out.
She didn't look sure at all, Lindahl. Absolutely cannoned off the post.
This was the Drew Spence chance earlier on, and again, that's what Chelsea can do. They're quick at that counter-attack. When she cut in field on her right foot, she couldn't get any sort of power. She seemed to be slightly off balance. But that's where, when you're playing against a team like Chelsea, you have to remain focused for that entire 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a couple of times in the past few minutes they've countered it with numbers, Chelsea, and they've outnumbered Reading at the back, so just need to be aware of that. Spence trying to get round Potter. Completely crowded out, 3 Reading shirts around her. Williams, lovely touch to Furness. It was clipped by Eriksson.
Farrah Williams again, just with that outside of the foot, knows where her teammates are.
Lovely touch by Rowe. And a good looking through ball, which is cut out. Here is Williams, neat feet. Bruton. Let's see what she was trying to do. Too much on it, and easy pickings for Lindahl. Game's opening up here. Bruton. Furness driving forward. Trying to find Bruton. By Eriksson. Equally poor one by Reading. And Kirby. Try and run at the defence. Frank Kirby! That was a brilliant defensive bit of play there from Scott. I thought that, well, it could have gone anywhere. It could have been an own goal.
You can't leave Frank Kirby 1v1 against a defender. The ability to just glide past players. Great recovery. Great recovery.
Spence lurking. That would have been 2-1 had it not been cut out by Scott. Carney, it's deep. It's over Bright. Chelsea win the throw. Dumps it on. Potter. Bruton is fouled. The equaliser hasn't phased Reading, has it?
No, it hasn't, and that's what I wondered how they would cope. You know, Chelsea on top, scoring that equaliser, but they've just continued with their game plan. And these players are confident. The players that believe now that they can beat the top teams.
Well, equally, we talked about Chelsea beating Rosengard, and Reading beat Arsenal in the Continental Cup last time out. With half chances for Drew Spence. It's not really been her afternoon so far. Lovely play by Karen Carney. Trip.
Yeah, she just tried to feed that through a real block of Reading defenders. You wonder, could she have gone out wide to Gemma Davidson, who seemed quite open.
It's a poor defensive header by Bright. Here's Chaplin. Miscommunication with her and Allen. Robson goes down by Allen.
Straight away there, Reading give the ball away, and their first reaction isn't to sulk or put your head down, it's to win the ball back. And really impressed with their attitude and the application.
Good turn by Chaplin. Shot charged down by Flaherty. Scott with the throw. A bit of a nudge in the back there, and well, they claimed. And I think Chelsea may have got away with one there. Referee completely unmoved. They asked the question.
I've got to say, for the sort of credit of the referee, she was in a very good position to see that. It did look from where we are, that could have potentially been a push in the back.
Second substitution of the afternoon for Chelsea. Drew Spence making way for Eni Aluko. She's had a very good start to the season, Eni Aluko. Not many starts, but 4 goals already in all competitions.
It's now a different threat for Reading to have to try and stop. She's that pacing behind. She'll play off the shoulder of defenders, whereas Drew Spence very much likes the ball to feet and very strong and physical. So then Reading now have to adapt to that.
Just another problem for them to try and solve. Potter. It's a teasing ball away by Chapman. Here is Aluko. Kirby didn't really make the run that she wanted. She's got it to Carney. Lovely touch by Aluko. It's a brilliant ball out to Chaplin. She's got Bruton with her. Here's Allen. Here's Scott. Chapman closed down. There's no sign of Reading's pressing game abating, is there? A strong play by Aluko. Safety first from Kirsty Pearce.
I've got to say, this is a great advert for the women's game. It's end to end. It's got those physical battles going on all over the park.
Here's Kirby. It's onto her left foot. The header is straight to Crystal Dunn. Rowe makes up for it.
I think Dunn's made a difference as well since she's come on, just provided that bit more energy on the left-hand side.
Gemma Davison for Chelsea. Lovely run. She's still going. Davison. Again, great defending by Pearce. Just positionally, and it's at exactly the right place at the right time.
That's what Reading have done on numerous occasions. Right place, right time.
It's a poor pass by Williams. She's got away with it. Kirby caught on her heels a little bit there. Dunn is fouled. Furness just stopped her getting the pass away. There's a foul. With a delivery, Millie Bright's there, it's towards Eriksson. The referee spotted a foul.
I think it was a good job that there was a foul here, because Millie Bright had completely lost their marker at the far post. How dangerous she is from set pieces.
This is back-to-back Continental Cup games for both Reading and Chelsea, although Chelsea have the second leg in Rosengard this Wednesday before they play Yeovil and Spurs. So back to Bruton. Here's Allen, lovely touch. Not sure if that was a shot or she tried to play in Rachel Furness. Either way, it was easily cleared by Chelsea.
She was totally caught in two minds there to shoot, or she's seen Furness was unmarked at the far post. Ended up not doing either of them.
Reading come again. Here is Farrah Williams. It's taken a brilliant set piece from Karen Carney to get Chelsea back into this from open play. Had the odd half chance.
I think that's probably the only disappointing part for Reading, the fact that they've conceded through a set piece.
Here from Chelsea, the elder. Tripped by Bartrip. No, she isn't. The referee indicates that Bartrip got the ball. Oh, Bruton's left it. You could see what she was trying to do. Scott manages to help it out of play. Katie Chapman for Chelsea. All the way through for Dunn. Eriksson lifts it in. And it's a poor touch by Millie Bright. Bruton's onto it. The cross, punched by Hedvig Lindahl, chance for Reading, and it's scuffed. It was a free hit by Bruton. She couldn't quite get hold of it. That was some very unconvincing goalkeeping from Hedvig Lindahl. She just presented the opportunity to Bruton. She couldn't quite take it.
No, she couldn't, and she actually started the move off. It's a good break from her initially. Found herself in little bit of space, and I think she'll look back on that and think, should have done better, should have at least tested Lindahl. But yeah, very unconvincing punch.
Almost had too much time to think about it when that's coming down in the air. It's always a difficult technique, isn't it? But she feel like she could have perhaps done a little bit better.
She's played well. Again, she's defended from the front. She looks lively when she's on the ball, wants to go forward and make things happen. I think as a striker, you want to score goals, especially when you're in an opportunity like that. And against Chelsea, you might only get one or two chances. Have to try and at least get them on target.
You look at the Reading bench, they've only got one option in terms of an attacking change, and that's Kirsty Lynette. The rest are all defenders or goalkeepers. So it's been pretty much the 11 got to go out on the pitch and do what they have to do. This is not good news for Chelsea. Manchester City have taken the lead against Bristol. Izzy Christensen with yet another penalty. So in the as it stands table, although that game is only 8 minutes old, Manchester City will leapfrog Chelsea if it stays like this. Nice play by Chelsea to keep possession. Davison to flick it round Scott. She does so. Into Kirby. Aluko! What a finish! Eni Aluko with her 5th of the season. She beats Mary Earps, all ends up. That was a thunderous finish from Aluko. 2-1 to Chelsea.
Great play from Gemma Davidson initially into Fran Kirby, straight away gets a head up. Eni Aluko, again I said sometimes you might only have one opportunity. Eni Aluko's had one opportunity, scored one. Absolutely fantastic from the centre forward. Come on, she's focused, she wants to do well. That's a top finish.
And immediately Gemma Davison, after playing quite a big hand in that goal, is substituted for Hannah Blundell. And Reading find themselves behind. And it's a cliche, Chelsea have not been good today, but they've somehow managed to get the lead. Can Reading respond? Chaplin. Now Allen. It's a decent effort. Well held by Hedvig Lindahl.
And that's a sign of a good team, isn't it, when you're not necessarily performing at your best. Some of the players have probably gone under par than what we would usually expect from them, and yet they can still win games. They've still got players with such quality that they can win games on their own.
And as we mentioned before, when you have a bench like that, if one player isn't working, just put on another. Here's Aluko. Kirby, charged down by Pearce, good block. Now suddenly Chelsea have their tails up here.
It's because of that competition for places that when players come on, like Eni Aluko, that's maybe not played as much game time as what she would have liked to have done, give her an opportunity. She's going to prove to Emma Hayes she's a top striker. She's going to say, well, I want more game time, I want to be playing.
She's certainly made a positive impact today. And by contrast, as we mentioned, Reading have just got the one attacking option. I wonder if Kirsty Lynette will be brought on at some point, just a bit of fresh legs. Here's Harriet Scott. It's the deep cross. Furness is there! Off the line by Eriksson. Great play by the Swedish international. Furness was in acres of space.
Oh, that was going in. What a delivery to the far post. Great run from Furness. Again, superb defending from Chelsea.
Lynette is on for Farrell Williams, who's had another excellent game. Scored from the halfway line in the last game, and she set up the Reading goal this afternoon with a back heel. So just tells you a little bit what her mentality is at the moment. Absolutely loving her football for Reading. She won't like to be on the end of this scoreline so far. Bartrip gifts it to Eni Aluko. Carney's got space, waiting for options. Trying to find Kirby. Cut out by Pearce. remember that Reading could have gone straight back ahead after Farrah Williams smashed that free kick against the post. Kirby fouled. It's going to be another free kick to Chelsea.
Reading have had chances themselves.
Bruton chance as well.
Yeah. Fairness chance just a little bit earlier on.
Chelsea just seem to be Reading's bogey team. They've yet to pick up a single point against them. This is their 6th meeting. They lost 4-0 in the spring series, so clearly big strides have been made. Could it get worse though? Carney again, not far away. Mary Earps was scrambling.
She's done it once. She thought, I'm going to try for the opposite corner, and that is not far away at all. Now obviously goalkeepers look at free kick takers and where do they put them, in the left corner, the right corner. We've got the ability of Kaz Carney, she can put it in either corner.
Substitution for Reading. Rebecca Jane is on for Harriet Scott. Ferris battling for it. Substitute straight into the action, Becky Jane. Former Chelsea player herself. Still time for Reading to get something from this. Here's Molly Bartrett. Chaplin. Good feet by Allen. Jane goes long. Essential header by Gilly Flatty. Chaplin was coming round the outside. Great hold-up play by Luco. Robbed. He's pulled it back for a foul.
It's quite a late whistle.
Just barged into a bit by Aluko.
I'm sure that was a foul, if I'm honest.
Good challenge by Furness. She's tripped by Dunn. That was clumsy. And she's gifted a Reading an opportunity from the set piece.
Good pressure again by Furness. She's been excellent today. I'd like to know how many miles she's covered. She's been everywhere.
Thank you for your fantastic support.
This could be one of the final chances Reading have to get something from this. It's got to be a good delivery from Jo Potter. It's again to the back post. It's clawed away by Lindahl. Jane back to Rowe. By Carney to Aluko. It hit Bartrip in the face. Here's Kirby. Can't keep it in. got to feel for Reading, haven't you?
You really have. That's one of those games that you come off the field and you think we've done and given absolutely everything, and yet we haven't got anything for it. And I know there's still a few minutes left that Reading, I'm sure, will keep going until the last second of the game, because that's what they're all about. They give so much for each other, for their manager. And I suppose all you can say is they'll probably look back on it and say we were so close and we performed so well, but it doesn't mean anything when you don't get any points, does it? Unfortunately.
Still time, and we've got to say the heads haven't dropped, but it's just different, isn't it, when you find yourself behind now. You've got to play differently and perhaps not implement the tactics and the plan that you had going into the game.
Yeah, sometimes it's a case of just going for it, you know, that long ball comes into play. But Chelsea do have so much quality on the bench that can come on and change things. And Luko Dunn's been excellent since she's come on. And that does make a difference.
This will give hope, though, to other sides facing Chelsea. They're not quite invincible, although having said that, they've been pretty poor today by their standards. And we think anyway, they've still managed to dig out a win here. Kirby, need to find the run of Aluko. Pearce, another outstanding performer.
Yeah. I think if you went through every single Reading player, they'd probably be 9 or 10 out of 10.
Here's Bruton. Well, that's a lovely ball to Chaplin. Lindahl made herself big. That was a good save. Came out very quickly, Hedvig Lindahl.
Really narrowed the angle down. Lovely little dink through. Great weight of pass. You could see what Brooke Chaplin was trying to do. The big frame of Lindahl. Managed to stop her.
She's had a couple of slightly questionable moments, Hedvig Lindahl, today, but
again, which is something you would very rarely say. Normally so commanding. Gets everything in the air, makes those right decisions, but there's been a couple. I suppose we're being hypercritical, aren't we? I suppose because she's such a good keeper, you expect so much from her.
Yeah, it's just surprising when you see those sorts of mistakes, but of course they always come, whether when you're a goalkeeper at whatever level, of course, they're just more heightened. One of the many reasons why that role has never appealed to me. Poked through by Furness. Lindahl comes very far out of her goal. Rowe keeps her feet.
I think maybe the fact they were both about 5'3" as well.
3. It's been generous. Mandy Vandenberg on for Kirsty Pearce. Joe Potter takes the captain's armband. I think Vandenberg just hasn't had many minutes this season. She's getting a few more under her belt. The Dutch international. Here's Lynette. Jane gets there. Flaherty clears. Jane still going. Dunn dived in. Rowe with the shot. Here's Potter. Chelsea sitting very deep now. Vandenberg lifts it in. Oh, a chance here. Allen couldn't get hold of it. Oh, she'd done the hard part, Remy Allen. She'd worked the opening all by herself, but it was a feeble shot in the end.
Oh, it's a great first touch in between two defenders, and when she got herself into that position, she just couldn't find any power on the shot.
Reading believe they can get something from this. And just before that, I saw your reaction, Sue Smith, next to me. They possibly... Crystal Dunn. She dived in and a little bit too honest.
Yeah, I've got to say Becky Jane, her honesty is commendable. The fact that she didn't go down because Crystal Dunn certainly dived in and certainly touched her, but I've got to say I'm really impressed that she did stay on her feet and tried to create an opening for herself. But risky to dive in that position unless you're completely certain that you're going to win the ball.
Another disappointing afternoon for Kelly Chambers. She saw her side squander a 2-goal lead against Birmingham at Adams Park, and they performed so well for the vast majority of this game, but looks like they're going to come away with nothing, having taken the lead. Chelsea have turned it around. Scrappy from Chelsea. One free kick. 3 minutes of stoppage time for Reading to try and claw something back from this game. They've already eaten up 30 seconds deciding who's going to take this free kick. Right, towards Carney. It's Furness. It's the foul.
That's what I think Reading have done so well. If they picked up the second ball, really alive to the situation, and especially that player there.
Booking. For Magdalena Eriksson. This could be last chance saloon for Reading. Into stoppage time. Potter. Oh, and it's an own goal! Reading draw level. Eriksson has nodded it past Hedvig Lindahl into her own net, completely unchallenged. And that is a huge error. And Reading will deservedly take something from this game.
I agree. I think they deserved that equaliser. I think it was Eriksson who originally gave the free kick away. She's completely unmarked, and I think that's where you don't really know where you are positionally on the pitch. You can see what she's trying to do. She's trying to head the ball out wide. It just hits her on the side of the head, and completely wrong foots Lindahl. Massive error on her behalf, who I think she's actually defended quite well up until that point. She'll be absolutely gutted.
It was nice to see the Chelsea teammates immediately getting her up to her feet, rallying round her. It happens.
Of course it does, yeah. I think it's happened to everybody in their playing career where you've scored no goal that you think, how on earth has that happened?
Could it get worse for Chelsea? Bruton. Here's Lynette. Good strength. Becky Jane wants it. She's got it. Here comes the cross. Oh, just over Brooke Chaplin. Aluko over the top. The bounce of the ball just does for Fran Kirby. She claims a handball against Jo Potter.
I thought Fran Kirby was away there. It was just the, like you say, the bounce of the ball that spun backwards, which allowed Jo Potter to come away with it.
Dramatic end to this game at Adams Park. It's given away straight to Crystal Dunn. Bartrip trips her. And they won't have time to take it. And what a finale. Reading managed to rescue a point in stoppage time thanks to an own goal by Magdalena Eriksson. Chelsea drop points for the first time this season. It looked like they were going to take all three after they'd come from behind to make it 2-1. But Reading kept on going. and have managed to get a point, their first point ever, against Chelsea at the 6th attempt. Sue Smith.
I've got to say, it's a great spectacle, great advert for the women's game. It had everything in that game, and Reading fully deserved that point. I think Chelsea will, by their own admission, say they've had an off day today. I think there were a lot of players that were under par performance-wise, but you have to give credit to Reading and how organised they were, how excellent they were when they went forward, and that belief that even when they drew equal, even when they went a goal down, they still battled to come back into this game. And I think Reading will give anybody a game this season after watching that.
Impressive stuff. So the league leaders drop points for the first time. It's over to Manchester City now. Full time at Adams Park. Reading 2, Chelsea 2.